Bottom of our deck, we have the Angel of Alchemy. Miracles. Miracles. She shows up for us when the physical world has started to close in on us, press us and weigh us down with the weight of overwhelm that threatens to break the last vertebrae of strength we have within us. She calls us out. She beckons us to come out of the cage that we call the Matrix. She draws us out of that energy, out of that fast-paced, frenzied, struggle, strive, survive energy, into a stillness, into an old, primordial, calm, peace, and stillness. Her miracles, she brings the right people at the right time, the right conditions at the right time, the perfect things at the right time. When we're sick and need healing, she brings the right and true medicine at the right time. She pleads. That's the reason her arms are crossed. She's begging you, step outside of the current system, the frenzy, the chaotic absurdity of the current system, and commune and sit with her. Let her embrace you. Let her kindle the healing that you need at this time. Coming with her, the violet angel, breaking dawn, a new day. But she's the color, she brings the color of a new day, the breaking dawn, the true color that most of us cannot and have never witnessed outside of the fake blue lights that man has created to veil the skies, to veil the true colors of our universe. She tears that veil apart and brings us the trueness of what's behind that veil of our world that we've created for ourselves. Where's the true light? What does all those street lights, all those blue screens on our devices, what has it been hiding? She rips the veil open And once she rips that veil apart and you've peered through to see the realness, you can't unsee it. This is new beginnings, a new era. I want to say it's new, but yet it's not new. It's been there all this time. It's old and ancient and primordial. And her coming with the alchemy angel, the process, the beginning of this newness, you can't undo. You can't undo. These two call you and beckon you and draw you out into a stillness of where you can hear an old rhythm, an old beating of the drums that slows your pace compared to the frenzied do of our current system. This brings you back home to yourself. It reawakens in your heart an ancient and old knowledge and wisdom. You'll wake up and you'll start to see the veil that's been between you and what really is starts to dissolve away. And you'll question, what was I doing? What was wrong with me? Because you'll feel the healing. You'll feel the return to yourself, to the realness, to the awe and wonder of this experience. But when it happens, the little mildew fairy is going to show up. When that veil, when the true colors come through, when the real light of the sun reaches you, this little fairy shows up and it's time for cleanup. She shows us the things that are stagnant. She shows us areas of our life, whether it's people, environments, conditions that are stagnant and toxic to us. She's there for a reason, because this is where we start to clean up our life. Not just our environment, but also ourselves, our habits, our routines. They're gone. They're gone. At the bottom of our tarot deck, we have the Seven of Pentacles. The weight of this physical world, of our system that we've built within this matrix. Look at all her heavy bags. The do. More. Carry more. The mentality that we're programmed with, that we all seem to be running on, the programming. Our brains constantly feeding us with a script of, this is not enough, that's not enough, I'm not enough, do more, get more. That's dissolving. On our familiar deck, the bottom of it, we have melting, the veil to this world, to the system, to the programming is melting, dissolving away. But there's this stillness over us with our angels and our fays. There's this stillness of remembering what the sound of melting snow sounds like. There's a calmness. The stillness of just be, just be. There's no do, there's just be. Be that stillness. We've got the Emperor showing up, and the one thing you'll notice in his position, he's doing a lot of consideration, a lot of observing of the Seven of Pentacles, of the heaviness of this. When we move over, we see the Hermit, a new star, a new destiny. We may be feeling like we've woken from a dream, but there's such stillness, such peace to this that we are not judging it of, oh God, that was a nightmare. But we're seeing it, seeing it for what it is. But we do ponder, we do consider, what was I doing? Why was I doing that? Why was I telling myself? What was it that had me believing and searching and chasing after purpose when I already know the purpose? What had me telling myself and believing that I didn't know what I wanted to do when I've always known what I want to do? Seeing that stillness in the alchemy stillness, it all comes back to you of you've always known. You've always known. You've always known what you wanted, what you could do, what you can do, what you want to do, what you want to eat. Even our system will have us questioning, what do I want to eat? And us feeling like we don't know. So we ask our partners or others, what do you want to eat? When we know, we already know. But we just have forgotten that we do know. We already know the purpose, the meaning. And we're seeing it for what it is of, I've been fooled into chasing what's already with me, what I already know. We're choosing solitude. The more we wake up, the more we see of this heaviness, of what it is that has pressed us down, that has made us so tired, exhausted, and sick. The more we see of that mildew, the more it changes for us, the further and further away we get from it. But the solitude, the loneliness, we're choosing aloneness, not loneliness. It's aloneness. Because over here, we've turned our back on this mentality of be in it to win it, get more, do more, have a better resume, come out on top. On top of what? You're questioning over here, on top of what? What am I trying to be on top of? What are we all trying to be on top of? What are we fighting for here? Do we even remember? Do we even know? We're turning away from that Instagram spa mentality type of healing into a real healing, a messy but calm, real medicine of healing, not the TikTok, Instagram spa. Let me sell you a healing. We're entering into the real healing, the real. And it's not really so much a healing because you're not broken. We're in a world that tells us we're broken when we're not broken. Tells you you're sick when in actuality you're not sick. You're always rejuvenating. You're always healing. We're turning away from the let me post my night out this weekend and post what I'm eating, and we're putting it down of like, what nonsense? What nonsense have I been following? We're waking up. We're coming back to ourselves. We're coming back to realizing and knowing the wonderment and wondrous awe of life does not come with fancy resumes or social media pictures to try to show I'm living a life. I'm living a life that we're really just animating something that feels like death, because we've come back to knowing it's not about doing, it's about being, it's about experiencing. That was the whole purpose. We know. But yet, we've been programmed to believe we don't know. When we look under the Emperor, we've got the door of dreams. Our dreams are different these days. Dreams and answers. And it's like I said, we may feel like we woke up from a dream, and we're not judging it. We're just seeing it for what it is. And we may realize that every existence, every incarnation that we have is a dream. And we can script it any way we want to. But when we come out of the scripts, when we stop playing the scripts, the roles, we come back to our true primordial self. Under the Hermit, we have a journey. Think destiny has rewritten the stars for us, a new journey and a new destiny, a new destination, a new script. But before we even start that, we're going through a cleanup process, an awakening process that returns us back to ourselves, that removes the stress, removes the heavy overwhelm of what we've been trying to follow in the past, what we have fell into in the past. Defiance is coming in under your 5 of Wands. Defiance. I'm turning away. I'm going in a different direction. I'm choosing solitude. I'm choosing a new journey that is not this chaotic frenzy, do, fight to be on top, compete to be on top. And when you get on top, you don't even know why you were fighting for it anyway. Feels like you've made it to the top. At one point, you died on someone else's hill. You were fighting a battle that you didn't even choose. You didn't realize you didn't even choose it. The key that our Emperor holds is the calm and stillness. The seeing what we have been doing in the past, the pondering it, but not judging it, just seeing it for what it is. The melting away, the coming back to ourselves. I think our Emperor knows that choosing this solitude, choosing this new star, this new destiny, there may be moments that we feel a little bit of the loneliness because everyone else we've been with is still in this programming, still in this chaotic frenzy, this be productive, be successful. But you have a new definition, a new understanding of what success is and what it is not. And we may, from this point on, feel like we're walking a journey in a crowd that we don't belong in, that we see through, but they can't see through. And there may be people that are looking at you, what did you do this weekend? And they can't understand. You did nothing other than watch the shadows move across the ground. Watch and listen to your thoughts come and go. They don't understand that something shifted in you that knows it's time for you to attend to your soul like it's a fire that needs to be rekindled, to be kindled, to be stoked, to be in the quiet, the stillness. They don't understand that you sitting and watching the trees and the leaves flirting and dancing with the wind is not boring. It's the awe and the wonderment of this experience. But yet they'll look at you like, confused. Oh, they'll wonder what happened to you. And they may be some of the mildew that has to be cleaned up in your environment, in your experience now. For some of us, we're going to wake up and realize there was people that always talk. They talk. They talk fast and they never close their mouth. They're just clattering and clanking about, but they never, ever say anything of substance. And we'll see the mildew effect, the toxicity of allowing that to be in our life, of how much of a distraction it is, of how much it does take a toll on you and puts you into that frenzied energy of, I can't think straight. I'm talking. I'm thinking. But to no avail, to nothing, a nothingness. It's just distraction. And we may not feel like having those distractions in our life anymore. This is definitely the new journey, a new destiny. The journey. We're off and selling And we can't, because of the melting and because of our breaking dawn, the veil has been torn and shredded and it's melting away. We can't go back and unsee and unknow what we know now. I hope that was helpful, guys. Stay strong. I'm sending you love. I'll see you again next time.